Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Deborah if you're a first time visitor to this channel, and of course bipolarlineDeb. The reason for that is I'm a counsellor and I cover bipolar, borderline, ADHD, depression, it's a biggie, and panic, CPTSD. There's a lot that I cover. Most of my videos are on mental illness, these ones, giving you guys advice and explaining how these various mental illnesses play out and what you might be able to do to help, like if a loved one has mental illness or even yourself, if you're struggling. My channel is about teaching people, not, imparting knowledge. It's not about my life story. It's about imparting knowledge so that you guys, where you feel you're stuck or your partner is, or a child could have one of these conditions, that's what my channel is about. So if you like that, please subscribe and a thumbs up, because today's tutorial is on painting. I've been promising this to my subscribers for so long, because last night I did this. It took, no, this is going on to tomorrow's fact, it's Friday, which I'll explain. It took 50 minutes, 50, of the back of my head. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't. Anyway, that's what happened. So now I am being, I've got paint everywhere as you. I'm being careful, and I'm going to keep my head out the way so I can talk to you. And so let's go and move on with this. Painting is a fantastic way to move forward if you're feeling depressed, lonely, kind of blah. Specifically though, depression, because what it does is it literally takes you in. You must play. Don't take your painting seriously, because you play with it. So you play with colors. I'm going to show you some playing with colors here, and I'll tell you what look we're going for here. I have the space, thank goodness, but painting is for playing, so that when it takes you right out of your headspace of that dark depression. You don't know why maybe you're depressed. You just feel like awful, So I found specifically with me, what got me painting was that helped move my depression and massively into a different world. And then I started playing with it. And then sometimes I take it seriously. The moment you take it seriously, my friends, you're not going to have such fun. So it's practice and have fun. Let's get on with it. So this is a teak stool that belongs to a dresser, which I'm going to be painting as well. I'm trying to give it sort of a French, I don't know, like a French Armoire kind of look. I've not ever done this before, so this should be fun. Like it fell out of some gorgeous chalet, on the French Riviera. Hey, listen, we have good imaginations. But it actually looks like this, unpainted. A lot of people go, that's sacrilege. But unfortunately, the painted looks does sell. So in a way, my 50, almost an hour, minutes last night was good, because I'm painting with chalk paint. Now, I'm using Dixie Belle. Yeah, this is French linen, right? Now, French linen is really cool. So I've not used Dixie Belle before, and I have a kind of tutor who helps me out, and he uses Annie Chalk, Annie Sloan. Now, I've used Annie Sloan, and I have used Grace and Mary, and I've used Rust-Oleum chalk paint, and I have used, Dixie Belle for the first time when I started this. And what I found, I really am liking the Dixie Belle, because it doesn't seem to separate, like Annie Sloane's paint seems to separate. And the Rust-Oleum, I find, personally, gives a very rough finish. Could be the way I'm painting. I don't know if you use it. And the Grace and Mary paint, it doesn't get very thick coverage. So they're all cool, but it depends what you're looking for. So let me move on. So this piece, obviously this is not finished. Because it's teak, I must just tell you, if you're going to paint teak wood, you're going to have to use a chalk paint or sand it and prime it. Hectic. You don't have to prime it with chalk paint because teak, this is teak, bleeds through. I didn't think of that when I started my 50-minute tutorial. So I kept seeing, oh crap, the paint's coming through, it's coming through. So yeah, instead of just stopping and, you know, so I let it all dry. I put on about, I don't know, 4 coats last night, and now I just let it dry. And here I'm doing sort of a distressing thing. I don't know if you guys can see, like that, kind of giving it a, I don't know, like an aged with the, you know, with like a fine wine, just what we're supposed to be doing, right? Aging like a fine wine. And what I'm going to do today, which is just a little bit like a cheeky, a bit fun, I'm going to do a blend here, which is what has to happen, right? That's, we make the middle pop, and then it will be basically this color. But however, at the end of it all, there's wax, there's a few other things that I add, which I won't put on the tutorial today. The tutorial's just to show you, to start on this, to tell you that if you're using chalk, if you're using a piece of furniture or anything that's teak, you must use chalk paint because teak bleeds through the oils. And then pieces like this I love because you get into them and you can really distress them with either, I use a wet wipe or a wet cloth, or I used to use a sanding thing. Now I find I don't really need to, you know, if I keep it wet. You got to keep your paint wet as well. That's a big important thing. So today I'm going to do this again to show you, but I'm then, because you know me, if you've been with my channel, I love my unicorn spit because I like that boho look as well. This one I've never done, but it's fun, I'm enjoying. But what I'm going to do today, just for some fun, is I'm going to add here on these, obviously I'm going to paint over it, but I'm going to give it a bash because unicorn spit goes over chalk paint beautifully. But the point of unicorn spit, it's a glaze, it's a paint, it's all in one. You can use it just as a paint on its own. What makes it so flipping gorgeous and unique is that if I painted something blue, right, or green, and then I put this on top, it would make the green pop just gorgeously, or the blue, or the orange. So I really want to get more of these because I love the color, you know. You play with the color wheel, you start just enjoying. It's so nice. Anyhow, so I'm going to try that at the bottom. And as I say, I will paint over it with the linen, but we're going to try. So then we start off with, I'm going to use my little flat brush. Always wet spray my brushes. It's just to keep them, they shouldn't be dry. So here is, go in with my French linen, and you can see today don't have my head in the place. So there we go, we can just put it on. The nice thing about this blending is you don't have to be too careful, you can just have fun. If you find your brush starts to drag, then you can do one of two things. You can either wet the paint or wet your brush again. So you can just do it that way. Stick it in there. And while I'm here, I'm going to do this again because I'm going to take you guys through it, except that needed wax first. So now what I'm going to do, see, this is what painting is. Don't do that, Deborah. We got to first put wax down. OMG. Now you see, if I took it seriously, I think I'd throw a tantrum and throw the brush across the room and swear a lot and whatever makes me happy, you know. I'm starting to swear too much, guys. Okay, so here. Is that a bad thing? Not at people, at things. So, yeah, I know I'm a counsellor, but that doesn't mean I don't swear. I'm drying this off. Why I'm doing that is because I should have added wax first. So, oops. So forget that piece. Let's keep going here. Righty, more French linen. Here we go. And when you start, it's better to start with a flat piece. I actually started this, which I was going to share with one of our subscribers and one of my patrons, Ansel. But typical, what I did was I started off with a very small, you see, with the blending, you're just kind of messing around. You're not really getting brushed. So I started with a really small little kind of flipping cabinet, right? And then I realized, no, you don't know what the hell you're doing. And this is just such a nightmare. So that was fun, not? And so I don't know what to do with that piece, actually. It took me 2 days, and I absolutely detest what it looks like. So I'm putting more French linen on here. I don't need to because of sort of the little trick we're going to do later, just for fun. I might put some white on it. Let's see. Doesn't matter. So here we go. So when you are, this is our first coat. That's all good. Yeah, there we go. So cool. All right. Now before I continue with the, I'm going to be using the Dixie Belle Fluff. This is a really nice white. It's not too bad. It's not such a bright white. And that's going to go in the middle. But before I do that, I'm going to just wax this because I'm going to be using the Dixie Belle Dirt to rub into these crevices to give that sort of aged dirt look. But I have to first wax it. Creates like a barrier. And if I don't wax it first, I use this little brush to wax. And I am using pixie dust. Pixie dust. Because I got some pixie dust stuff you can add to paint to make a chalk paint. But I keep getting the quantities wrong. Don't ask. See, when I paint, I have fun. So here we go. I just pick it up. This is a pearl. So it's kind of actually a nice, I like it. It's a nice wax. So you don't want to use a colored wax. You've got to use a wax that's, get it in everywhere. You've got to use a wax that's clear, if possible. So this is all I had, but it does sort of go clear, so that's okay. Just put it in there. So the wax just creates a nice little barrier between the paint and the dirt. Otherwise the paint will just suck up all the dirt and then it will just be a dirty mess. Ha ha. And here you can see I use micro pour because that's all I had here, just to protect this leather top. I actually think the dresser might be quite fun when I'm finished with it. Who knows? That's enough wax. I think I can just give it a quick sort of rub in. So when you're waxing, guys, please be sure when you're doing detail to get it in everywhere. That's why a round is better. I was waxing with a cloth a while ago, and then I realized I'm not getting into the little areas that needed it. So this seems to work better. So there we go. Right then. Yeah, just leave that one to dry itself. Right, I think that's okay. Probably put too much. Let's just wipe some off. I've got this painting cloth that's been beneath me. We're busy sitting in my living room because my office is not big enough to be able to do this. So I'm going to just try and take some wax off a little bit. I think I've put too much on. I'm very heavy-handed. If I'm going to cook, then I don't follow recipes. And I just throw lots of things that I think are nice in. And a bit wet, all right? No worries. What I'm going to do, normally I'll take a hairdryer and just make it dry. But this time I'm trying to just hurry this up. So I'll do that. Okay, I'm just trying to get the excess. That's fine. All right then. So now I'm going to come in here with, while this dries, with the fluff. That's the white. Now I'm using a round brush. The reason for that is I want to sort of circular motion, right? And I'm finding the flat brush I found quite challenging. And also this covers a big area quickly. So normally these are used for wax, but also for painting and for blending. They're great. Again, you'll see with the Dixie Belle, it's not separated. Here we go, you see? And I haven't stirred it. It's just so fabulous. I really like it. I think I'm not even sponsored by them. How bad is that? But honestly, I just find it better. It's not that expensive. You can get, it's not expensive at all. And you can get little samples. I've got some mineral satin paint that I'm going to be going through with you guys as well. Because it's just so fun, isn't it? So here we go. Oh, with the brush. Oops, 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 sorry. This brush is quite thick, so here we go. Just going to make sure it's, there you go. Yeah, okay. So, I'm putting a nice little dollop on here. Oh, this brush is harder, I must say, to use than the, oh, you know why? The paint's dragging. Uh-oh, you see? We do things like this. This is how we mess up. So I'm not going to use this brush. I now hate that brush. I'm going to use this brush because it's like really sad. Don't do that to me. See, I'm doing this with you guys for the first time and it's so much fun. So when you mess up, you can laugh. Unless you're so good. And by the way, I do use my hands when I paint instead of gloves because I'm a very tactile person. All right then, I'm going to try this little brush because that round one, no, not working for me. Okay, so there we go. Wet it. Let's try again. Just be sure that I'm not in the way of the camera. You don't see my head as I am painting the round. Oh, there we go. Easier, Deborah. So this is supposed to give it a, you know, kind of a, it's blending. And when you blend also, you must blend within the same color family. I'm going to take it a bit down, I think. It's possibly too high. It's also good to just kind of step back. You see already this French linen is not dry, but that's okay because your paint shouldn't be dry when you're blending. I'll just wet the brush again. I'm going to come in with some more of the fluff. You do get a really bright white, but it's too white. This is far more subtle. So I think I'm going to be purchasing this Dixie Belle paint if I can get my patrons to help me. Jesus, guys, you don't understand. If you feel like signing up as a patron for reals, I'm telling you now, the link is in the description. And a lot of you might say, what the heck is that? Well, on my Patreon page, it's where you support me, which, of course, I tell you what, I am so grateful for. I promise you. It's just my patrons who have been supporting me. I don't expect a lot of money at all. I know that we are all struggling, but every single pound helps. So for those of you who are supporting me, please know that my gratitude is immense. And so what I'm doing is I'm loading more videos and the juicy stuff, the stuff that you need to know about your brain, your mental illness, your condition. I will not use the word disorder, which I'm going to explain to you on another video why. And, you know, things I'm doing. Oh, quickly, while I'm painting, I'll just tell you, I am also a qualified person who's done the manifestation thing. I'm putting some more on there, fluff, and I will be holding a workshop on how to do this. Manifestation, I mean, if you want to manifest things in your life, how you do it. And with that, it'll be 3 days. I'm going to do it via Zoom. So what I'd like you guys to do, please, if you would like to take part, it's not going to cost much money. It's $350, which is nothing, for 3 days. And with that, we'll have a live Zoom for every day, plus your work materials. And then you will be on your way to manifesting whatever you like. That I guarantee you. So here we go. How do I guarantee you? Because I've done it and I still do it myself. If I could manifest some patrons, I'd be very happy. Just saying. Right now, back with the French linen. Now, the brush is still kind of damp. I don't think I'm going to wet it again because it might just drag the paint off. I don't know. Let's give it a bash quickly. I said I wouldn't. I've just taken a little bit, you see. I've said I wouldn't take, because now we're actually starting the blending, you see. So let me just see. Oh, that's working. All right, cool. So yeah, a lot of people have asked me, how does this manifestation work? And I see a lot of it, these classes are offered on YouTube. I see the prices and I think, what? Yeah, just that much? No, I'm not in the business of ripping people off. I'm not saying anyone is, but I think that £350 for 3 days and all the stuff you need, all the info you need, plus a follow-up question if you need questions, because that's the whole point, you know, to manifest. Then I'll do that as well, because really it's something you can do and it's something you just need to be guided. That's all. Once that happens, everything's just fine. It's actually really cool when you really want something and you think to yourself, I'm never going to be able to do that. Well, yes, you can. And yes, you will. And if you want something badly enough, if you want something badly enough, you can manifest that into your life. I've been going for 24 minutes. Let me shut up and finish here. All right, so there's some, and the email if you're interested in the Zoom, which will happen possibly at the end of this month. I'll give out dates when you email with your sort of first papers that you need to look at, the worksheets, is in the link. So please look it up, return to self 1@gmail.com, and in your subject please put manifesting workshop. Right, so now we're going to start blending. All right, so blending goes to work like this. Sweat. Paints drag. So when your chalk paint dries kind of quickly and it starts to drag, well, that's not so good. Let's keep going. Yeah, I know you're supposed to work really fast, but I'm not, this particular blending thing, I'm not an expert with, so I hope you are enjoying and you're not getting bored. It's just to show you, you just blend each way. Yeah, it's working nicely. Again, just wet my brush. It's a bit dragging a bit. Here we go. We're nearly there. Hope you guys can see all right. I possibly will do this on a live Instagram as well for people who haven't, who don't watch my channel. It's quite sad, but yeah, can do that as well. I don't mind. Share the love, share the love. The world is just not loving. So there we go. Okay, keep going. Go that way. Wow, you can just break your arm trying. This blending can kind of go on. I'm probably going to continue with the blending off camera because I don't want to keep you forever. So what you're going to do is you're going to keep going. You don't need to add more paint, but you might need to wet the paint again just so that it blends, you see. Otherwise it just dries and it drags. So here you guys can see it needs blending, and I'm going to do that off camera because I want to show you quickly this and then the unicorns bit here. So let me just show you there. Okay, can you see? On the side, it's on my, if I'm standing here on my right side, next to that white patch, can you see that it needs help? And even this side. So I'll deal with that. Let's not stress. And then I'll come back and show you, maybe even tomorrow when it's done, so you can see. But now you've got the idea. So you're going to do French linen, and in the middle you're going to put fluff. If you want to use white, do it. If you're going to use different colors, just use colors in the same color family, or it's going to be a monumental disaster. So then here I am going to put some, so this is not complete, all right? But I don't want to keep you forever. So I'm just really chuffed that I'm doing this with you guys because it's new for me too, and it's fun. And I always think we're like a little bit of a family, us guys. So that was your wax, remember? You got to wax your little details because that holds the dirt. Now, for that, for the Dixie dirt that I put in, I found it better than a glazed stain because the glazed stain just didn't give it enough, what's the word? It looked less authentic than the dirt. So that's what I chose. Here it is. Okay, it's literally, it's the one I've got is Dixie Belle charcoal, and very dark, but as I say, I was following the tutor, so it's literally like dirt. It's you know, powder. So now with this brush, I go in. You might think, wow, that's a huge brush. Oh, one thing I've got to do before I do that is turn this over, which I was sort of wide enough awake last night to do, thank goodness, because it's so messy. So if you're doing that and you've got paint here, be sure to either protect this, or I'm lucky I can just turn it over. This flipping thing falls. Let's see. There we go. I can always, you see that? So that's just French linen, and of course it's got a bit of the Dixie dirt. So here I've put it on my brush and I put it in here. But I really rub it in. And put some more on. And just let yourself just go crazy with this. And have some fun with it. There we go. That's the whole thing, you know. We've just stepped out of some fabulous kind of chateau, and somebody's got this beautiful piece that's been there for like 300 years. Like, I'm never going to get that right, yeah? But maybe you guys will. Who knows? So I'm going to put some more in, and I'm trying to really get it into these areas. So it's everywhere. And there, for sure, I say the round brush. I have tried smaller brushes. It's too finicky. It's irritating. Here you can just push it in. Right? Oh, wow. Okay, then. Then, just quickly, we're going to, there's a white line here, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. So now we've added the dirt, and I'm going to turn this back over just to show you how we wipe it back again. So, can you guys see there? Right. All right. Cool. So then I need to just tidy it up a bit. So I use some wet wipes, and well, first I can just use a dry rag and just wipe it down. I just take some of the, you know, pieces. I mean, you don't want to take them all off, but we need to take some. So I'll use the wet wipe because it's easier. Make sure your wax is dry. You can do that with the hairdryer, as I say. All right then, so let's try this one. Okay, so here, I don't want to remove it all because the whole point is the aged look. But you see here, that little piece, I think, is possibly a bit much. So I'm going to take that a bit back. And remember, I didn't put wax there. See what I mean? That was a little bit stupid. So basically, the paint has just sucked it up. All right then, so let's keep going. I just want to maybe just take a little bit out of there. And also on your high edges where traffic would normally, you know, scratch the piece, to make it authentic, you need to kind of make it look, authentic. And what's cool also with this chalk paint is that you can actually rub it back to the wood, which is quite fun in places when the wood shows. So what I'm really wanting is the dark on the sides, you know, where dirt would have collected throughout the years. And here, I'd love to know if you paint and you do this kind of thing, please share. What do you what's your process? I mean, we can all do with helping each other, I think. It's part of the problem with this world. Nobody helps each other anymore. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there we go. Right. You see, now that's gone back to the wood. I'm going to show you, and I really like it. No problem at all. In fact, you see, oopsie, I've got to stand back and look at that, and I like it. I like it. I actually did a tutorial once, and I was playing fabulous music. It was struck off because copyright. But how come then? Maybe I just don't understand. But you load music up on whatever, and that's okay. You don't pay for it. I don't get it. And surely if you play music, you're actually promoting the artist, aren't you? I don't know. I'm about to go to a recording studio, don't even laugh, in Brighton. I wrote a song. I write song music and I play the guitar, which I've been doing since I was 12. So, do you think that's okay? It's hard with the light. I'm liking that. At the end of it, I'm going to do a whole finishing wax. So let me just quickly show you this first. Can you see, guys? See, it looks quite, if I hold it up close, you can see that there's the dark pieces in between. I like that. I like it anyway. Now I'm going to just try show you with the unicorn spit down here. Just a quick little play, and then that'll be it. Okay, then I'm going to just leave the French linen, close up our dirt, because my word, it's so literally, I mean, I might as well got sand outside and would have been cheaper. Yeah, so I found this dude. Now I'm going to mix the blue. This is the unicorn spit. Let's shake it up really well. So I found this dude who's got a recording studio in Brighton. Sorry, my coffee. See, I'm really like, I mean, we're all like a family, you know. I just drink coffee when I shouldn't, because I'm like, you know, talking to you guys. You are my favorite flippin' people. You actually are. Whether you're a patron or not, you're my favorite people. Because I think we're really cool. We have to be. Don't we? So then, here's my little plate. I'll tell you about the guy. I must be honest. I grab any plate that I can find. I just pick up a plate, whether it's a good... I don't have fabulous crockery and stuff. I don't care anymore, you know, just like, so what? But anyway, so I just grab, but what's cool is that this comes off. So here we go, put a bit of blue, just that much. How long am I going? Oh my God. Okay, bit of green, quickly. Sorry, man, going on too long. Yes, so I'm going to, I wrote the song, and there's the green, and I'm going to record it. And he mixes it and whatnot. So, all right then. So I'm going to come in with the green. This is the unicorn spit. Look at that. Huh? Wowzers. I love this. I think it's possibly because I'm quite boho at heart. I just like to, I don't know, play. Let's see now. So we do that. And again, we need the water. I'm going for so long, guys. I'm so sorry. Hold on. I don't know why I chose to do this today. Anyway, it's worth it. Trust me. So this is, if you're going to make a piece, this is the unicorn spit. And you're going, so the point, what you're meant to do with unicorn spit is actually layer. So you wouldn't put one color, you'd layer colors. So like that, you'd get like a kind of, can you see that? 2 different colors, yeah. And there, with that, I'd come in with a bit of blue. You only need a pop of it because honestly, it's a little bit goes a really long way. And again, you water it down, so. And it dries super quick, it's dry. So I'll just do this, and then I'm going to say cheers and finish this piece off camera, because otherwise I'll have you here all night, and then you're going to just say, can't cope, that woman never shuts up. And if you are saying that, I can hear you, stop it. Just kidding. All right, then, here we go. So, don't worry about that. I'm going to paint over it. I'm trying to hurry up. So what I'm going to do in this little crevice here, I'm going to put some green, right? More green. Just let me wet it a bit. Gosh, you should see my painting pans. It's really hilarious. They're so... I think they're a painting on their own. So I've no idea how the song's going to come out, but if it's cool, then I'm certainly going to share it with you guys. Steph actually sings beautifully. Steph is a patron, and she's been with Bipolar Line since the beginning. We kind of created a tribe, you know, because what I've always said to my followers is that if you have mental illness, and this is a fact, and you're still here, you know, as in you haven't sort of done anything, maybe you have tried, and that's understandable, but if you're still here, you are remarkably strong, and you must know that you are a warrior. And that's not a platitude, that's the truth. Because, I mean, my own sister committed suicide from her mental illness. Too much, too painful. So here we go. I'm doing it darker here. And so that would be, if I was doing it in these colors, that's basically what I would do. I would come in with green, let it dry a little bit. There we go. And I probably would come in with a bit of white and just play with it and let it dry. So there we go. You see, now that's not the completed. I mean, I'll show you the boho look that I did on my jewelry box that I found, an antique old pine thing, but it's looking pretty cool. So guys, you get the basic idea. It's not blended as well as it should be because I'm trying to hurry up. But here, you've got the unicorn spit look. So, I must say, that's so not out the blimming French chateau. So, I'll be painting over that, doing the blending, and then I'll come back and show you when it's done. So at least I'm not, you know, and I'm going to cover this up, and then you guys can go for it, because I'll be doing the rest of the dresser. If you want to watch me do it, because it's quite big, got loads of drawers, loads of detail, it's going to be loads of fun and mess, let me know. Otherwise, comments in the box. Gosh, it's long. If you're still with me, you need a medal. Right then, please post your comments, like, subscribe, and thanks again for staying with me. I really appreciate you guys. Been a very long tutorial, but it's just to get you through. And as I'll say, I've not done this before. Thanks for staying with me. All right, you fabulous, beautiful people. You really are brave warriors. Fabulous. I will be back tomorrow with my Friday thingy. Look out for it. Okay. I love you guys lots. Remember how special you are and how much you matter. All right. Bye.